Hi everyone and welcome back to Women Who Move, the podcast where we chat to incredible women who are making waves, breaking barriers and moving with real purpose. I'm your host Katrina and today I'm joined by someone who's creating real change in the educational space, Jordyn Green. She is a mother, a wife, a best friend, a teacher and the founder of the Yulang Effect, an Aboriginal-owned company helping teachers really embed First Nations perspectives into everyday classrooms. She's inspiring teachers, students and whole communities. And honestly, this chat, I feel, is going to give you goosebumps. So welcome, Jordyn. I'm really happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
I'll get right into it because I know as a busy mum, you are pushed for time. So you started out as a teacher before launching the Yulang Effect. What pushed you, I guess, to take that leap into kind of include this in your life, and what made you decide to create your own platform?
So I suppose growing up I always had the intention that I would be a teacher and then I would be an assistant principal, deputy principal, principal. Even had dreams at one point to start my own little school. But I think when I got into a school to start teaching, I quickly fell into the role of leading Aboriginal education. For two reasons, I suppose, being I am an Aboriginal teacher, and secondly, I was passionate about it.
Yep.
And the teachers at the school at the time, no one else was Aboriginal and no one else had the confidence to lead it either. So I put my hand up as a little graduate teacher to do that.
It's a big step.
Yes.
Like first year in.
Yes.
Yep.
So, but I just realised that Aboriginal education was my pathway. That was my passion. It's what I'm naturally...
What you love.
Yeah, what I love.
And you saw a gap as well. You saw a space where there wasn't... you saw a space where it could be improved upon.
Yes,
dramatically.
a lot of space. There was not a lot of Aboriginal teachers. I mean, most schools will have one or two Aboriginal teachers, if any.
Yeah.
So when I realised that that was my passion, I made an Instagram account.
Ah, okay.
So that's how this all sort of started. And and it was like a professional Instagram account.
Yeah.
It had a different name. It wasn't the Yulang Effect at the time. It was Learning to Ngangana, because Ngangana in Wiradjuri language means to care for or to look after.
Ah.
So the initial point of the Instagram account was for me as an Aboriginal teacher to share what I do in the classroom, my advice, my tips and tricks, resources, things like that, in the hopes that teachers will...
take it on board and start implementing those sort of things as well.
And to care for our cultures like we do and help to pass it on to future generations.
Yeah.
So that was the name and the point of it. But last year I started to feel a bit of a shift in what I was doing, because I had this idea to make a guidebook for teachers to help them improve Aboriginal education in the classroom. And
that's not a small feat, by the way. Like, that's you're looking at something that you've got to implement all throughout Queensland. Like, that's a lot of after hours work, hun. And you just spoke about before that I wanted to just stop you and ask you, because I looked up the Yulang, what that means, and it means ripple. So hearing you now tell that story, that it started from a small Instagram account and it has rippled into something so much bigger. Is that how you came up with the name of that, or what? Like, the name's beautiful.
Yeah, kind of. Well, firstly, Ngangana was pretty hard for other people to say.
Okay, yeah.
And I felt like what I was doing was shifting. So, instead of tips and tricks, it was like I was making resources for teachers to help them improve Aboriginal education at a classroom level and a school level, and speaking on podcasts and going on TV, and I just felt it shifting, and I kept saying the ripple effect. Like, I want to have a ripple effect. I want teachers to have a ripple effect. And so then I went back to my Wiradjuri dictionary and I was like, what is the word for ripple in Wiradjuri? And it was Yulang. And I just thought, wow, that's such a beautiful word. And so if I put it into the ripple effect as the Yulang effect, it just felt right.
And I guess that's exactly what you're doing. You're creating ripples in schools and communities across Australia. What's been one of the moments where you really actually felt that ripple effect? Like, tell me a moment where you've seen something implemented that you went, wow, I'm really making a difference. Can you tell that story?
So after I launched the book, a lot of teachers purchased it, but I just could feel that some teachers were happy to run with it. Other teachers needed a bit more support. So I made a Facebook support group for teachers who purchased the book.
Mm-hmm.
And so working so closely with teachers, because we Zoom catch up monthly,
Yeah.
I could hear how they were going with the book, what their problems were in their context, and adjust what was in the book to be more
User-friendly.
user-friendly for their situation. And from also in the group and in our monthly meetups, the teachers could tell me the impact that it was having, or they'd send me emails or comments to be like, this book has just given me so much confidence. And then meeting with you monthly in the group has really added to that.
So it's not just the book, they also get the support from you online, and also I guess you are, as you're building a community. So other teachers are able to speak to each other and kind of work out what struggles they've had or what things have worked better for them. Can we get personal for just a second? I want to know, this podcast is obviously about women who make moves and who are leading and inspiring, which you are definitely one of those. But who has inspired you? Like, who would you look to? As I said, you run the business, you are a full-time teacher, you are a full-time mother, a wife. Who do you go to when you need inspiration on how to lead and how to create change?
I would say I'm someone who is inspired by lots of people. Like, I can meet someone and I'll leave the conversation with something that they've inspired me about. So it's quite hard for me to name specific people because I'd be leaving people out. But I have amazing friends like yourself that are doing wonderful things in business.
No.
Yes. And you are always looking for areas of growth and like to keep going. And that is a big point of inspiration for me. Other people who don't just sit still, like that keep looking for ways to expand.
You and I both are always looking at moving and growing and doing things. Maybe because we do have little kids that are always running around, it does keep us busy. But I love that about you, that we both are very much in our own rights trying to create change.
Yes.
And trying to create, I think, a better world in our small way, or just for our children as well.
Yes.
I'm excited for what you're creating to then be implemented in my daughter's schools, and I'm like, that excites me. I love that I know someone who is going to be making the world a better place for my children. I have spent, because obviously I do research for these podcasts, so I have deep dived all of this now, and I'm like, how do I get on the Parents and Teachers Association, and how do I get this here? Like, it's exciting. It's exciting to see that there's no fear now around just pushing back and going, hey, have you thought about doing things differently? And I love that as well. How do you feel then? So say you're obviously getting support from your friends and your family. What is a way that you intend on, I guess, inspiring young girls, in particular First Nations girls? What do you want them to see about you? Like, you're so grounded, you're so successful, and that means a lot. But I guess, what do you want from the next generation of young women coming through, I guess, the education system?
I suppose, like, everything that I'm inspired by, the people around me, and I forgot to mention, like, I've got a sister, mum, aunties, grandmothers that really inspire me too, and my community elders. I'm always guided, and they honestly lead the path for me, and I hope that I am that for the next generation. I hope that they see me always wanting to expand, to keep learning, and never see like, oh, I've learnt that now, that's done. I'm like, think learning is just never ending.
Yeah.
So I want that too. But I also hope that I help First Nations young girls, I suppose, because they're coming through schools where they may or may not have Aboriginal staff members there. But I hope that in the spaces that I'm in, and especially online, that if they do see me, they really believe in themselves, because I hope I exude that.
You do.
Back myself. I have moments of doubt, of course, but I can put them to the side because my purpose is so clear and the impact that I'm hoping to have. So if I can help young girls feel that too and know that they can do anything, be anything that they want to be, then I'll be a very happy old lady.
I guess you and I both agree that, that's why visibility and representation is so powerful. I always say to my daughters, no, you can't be what you can't see. And I think it's so important that, you know, in the each spaces that, yeah, you show up. And especially online, like what you're creating online, not unfortunately, but it is now where the next generation is going. We are kind of part of that, but it is so important to have a presence online now. It is so important to, I guess, keep up with the trends as well. So we've touched on you wearing a lot of different hats. How do you manage with work-life balance? How do you, I guess, and I always ask every woman who comes on, because I genuinely need to know, how do you manage it all, being your mum, wife, friend, business owner, teacher? You know, what do you do to get it all done? Give me the tricks and the tips, please.
Well, this week is not a good example.
Okay.
Calling you last night saying, oh, I feel so overwhelmed. I don't know if I can do the podcast.
No, it's all right. Like, I would want you to feel safe enough, and I would like to be able to call you in the same space. Everyone has those moments, and they're like...
Well, that's exactly right. Like, everyone... I've realised in the spaces that I've been with other business owners who are also mums, like, everyone has the moments. Like, you do need to... Like, not everything can be perfectly balanced. There's sometimes, like, when I was writing the book, I had to put more time into, like, getting that process done, and then family and friend time was, like, really low. But then I could reshuffle everything when that process was over. And so I think instead of being rigid about set times for everything, I just know that
it's a balancing act. You've got to let go of some things and do other things. Yeah. You also have a very supportive partner.
Yes.
Who I adore. And you do have a really good tribe around you, like of help and support. And do you think that's something that, I guess, like for me personally, I know I can always rely on you. If I'm like, hey, I need help with the girls, or like it is nice as well to surround yourself with strong women as well that can kind of support through those things as well. Do you have that?
For sure.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's why I never get too worried, because I know between friends, my husband, my family, I can always ask for help. Yeah. And I was someone previously that hated asking for help.
Oh, me too.
But motherhood has completely changed that in me. Like, I will be like, I need help.
Definitely.
Now, or just so honest about feeling overwhelmed last night. And then woke up today feeling great.
You're great. It's like, have a coffee, off I go. You're like, I've done Pilates, I'm feeling great. There's a couple of questions that we ask people when they come on the podcast. One of them is, what is your hype song? So what is a song that you need to... I've had some very weird answers, from like Tropical House to Metallica to Korn. What is your hype song that you put on when you've just got to go out and get... It might be you've had a rough night with the kids, you've got to get up and go to work, or you've got to go and do a Zoom with the Yulang Effect. Like, what's your get me up, get it done, car song or hype song?
I absolutely have one, but I'm terrible with song names. But...
I can get Holly to look this up.
Yes.
Holly, we can do this live as well.
By Crystal, not sure how to spell that. It's by Crystal. And it's like My Days or something.
Okay. I love that you probably already have it like on your playlist, but it's like you just get it on. While Holly's
I love like a bit of Baker Boy, a little bit of Barker too, like my First Nations artists. But this song you will know it when it plays, and it's just like
So while Holly looks that up, and then I'm going to announce it, because I do listen to every single guest's hype song. And then I listen to it, and then like I was getting a bit grungy when we did Kristen. I did go down the heavy metal road, so I will listen to this. Also, how do you take your coffee? Are you a matcha girl? Are you...
I tried one matcha and thought, what is this grass drink?
I am the same, but I'm too afraid that I'll be cancelled if I tell everyone that I don't like it. I can't
You will
drink
not
it.
ever see me with a matcha. Coffee, I change around, but at the moment I'm having a latte with 1 sugar.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep, just normal milk.
One of the girls the other day got a latte with a teaspoon of maple syrup.
Ooh, the other thing I really like is a white chocolate mocha.
I love a white chocolate mocha from Zarafas. I like a white chocolate mocha.
Some people are just instantly no.
They're like a dessert. They're a dessert in winter, I feel, and also gives you a buzz. But look, thank you so much for coming along, Jordyn. As a friend of yours, this is so exciting. This is so comfortable for me to do this. I think when I interview someone, I'll do a lot of research. I already knew so much about you, but it was really nice to have you here, and it just makes it so comfortable when you know the person. Where can everybody find you, Where is the best place for them to, I guess, research the Yulang Effect, look you up, your Instagram, Facebook, things like that?
Absolutely, my Instagram, where it all started. So that's at the _Yulang_Effect. I also have a Facebook and a website. My website is my home for free resources.
Yep.
The book has sold out, but I'm in the process of evolving that.
That's amazing.
So
Yeah.
that's one of my goals for next year, is to launch that.
Yep.
And I've got a blog too and some resource recommendations on the website.
We will add them all in the show notes as well. Any podcast we do, we'll always put them at the bottom of the show notes. You can click on that. I'm sorry to keep this going, and I know it's got to wrap up soon. What is your biggest goal for 2026?
Definitely the evolution of Planning for Connection, the book, based on teachers' feedback, based on what I've observed in the Facebook group, and just making that as impactful and accessible as possible. And personally, just lots of family time, socially, lots of friend time.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much, guys, for having Jordyn and I today. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.